Hello, everybody. Welcome to Maximum Libertarian Podcast, powered by the Roanoke Valley Libertarians. I'm joined today by Dean, our secretary, and the congressional nominee for the 7th Congressional District, Taner Lopez. How are you doing today, sir? You're muted, I believe.
That's right. Yeah, I was muted.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Brian. I'm good. Happy weekend. Happy Friday.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be
Absolutely.
wonderful. So let's just get to it. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Um, well, I always wanted to be in politics. It was a passion. I got involved by just going to rallies and just supporting the candidates. I believed they would do something good for our country. I always was passionate about talking about topics that could fix our problems. And one day I decided to go for it by myself because I saw that nothing is being changed. We've been all triggered. It's all lies. And what people just say what we want to hear, but actually don't do it. So someone needs to give a step towards forward. And I said, okay, I'm going to do whatever I can as a citizen, as a person who really cares about people that is surrounding me, this country, and myself and my future. So um, that is how I got involved in politics. I have a background in subject matter expertise in certain regions in the world, as well as I have a PhD in theology, world religions and cultures, because I'm coming from a multicultural background,
Okay.
although I'm a US patriot. So I've dedicated my professional career to this, and now maybe this would be the next step.
Was there one certain thing that finally was the tipping point for you?
The tipping point is um, confessing is that I supported this current administration because I believed President Trump and the Republican Party would fix all our problems, especially when he said, I'm going to pull the US from the wars. We're going to be peace dealers instead of creating wars and engaging in regional conflicts in the Middle East, in Africa, in every area that we have bases and all that things. And I said, okay, this is what we need. We need our money in the US. We don't need to invest in other countries. Our people needs investment, or all the taxes that the government is collecting from us will finally go and be put on our people. And what happened the very first day, it was bombing another country
Yep.
in the name of another country, which is not our country, which is not our interest. So I said no. Again, I made a mistake. I have been and I have been embarrassed, even though before this uh, the past elections, I put a lot of things on my social media,
Mm-hmm.
on Facebook, supporting the current administration, telling, "Hey, we need this. Our country needs this. Please, vote this guy for this and for." And I convinced a lot of people. And I had a post on social media saying, guys, I am sorry. I feel so embarrassed. I literally have this post on my social media. I feel embarrassed to convince you that this person would do this, but actually he lied. I believed in him. That's the point. I said, okay, I need to do something myself, because if I trust someone, then they become into power, they're not going to deliver what they said. Okay, so I need to be the person, so I cannot fail to people that really trust me.
That's a smart move. I'm Dean, by the way. I'm newly elected secretary. I was sick during the convention. That's why I didn't make it there. I was the chair back in 2020. It's a big, long story how that happened. But actually, thank you for running. And it's a big step to step up and run. I ran for House of Delegates, so I know about running and taking accountability on things is always good. And stepping up to run because you felt that was like you're the only one that can do it is a great thing, and I think it should be commended. And I'm proud that you are a candidate for us in the LPVA, because we need more passionate candidates, people that hold accountability to themselves and others, and in our organization. And we have a hard time getting votes, but I think you seem to have a very good connection to what's going on. What is your top 3 topics that you want to do when you get to Washington?
Thank you for that. Yeah, my priorities. Well, I have a website. I list my priorities, as well as I gave a speech at the after my nomination, official nomination. My top priority above all of the priorities combined is our independence. Is I believe that unfortunately the United States of America is not an independent sovereign country. So that's and our to gaining back our independence, which is the slogan that I came with, and I searched for to Google if that word existed, and the AI said it doesn't exist, but it makes sense. It is re-independence. So that is my first priority. If we are not able to govern ourselves from by the people who only thinks for our country, then we don't have any basis to work on other issues. So if we are not an independent country, if we don't have people working in our Congress for ourselves, we don't have anything, because without freedom we cannot do anything for ourselves. So my first priority is gaining back our independence and making the US elected officials to only for work for the US, without foreign influence, without foreign money. APEC, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, whichever country it is, we need to have people dedicated to our country and working for ourselves. So that's priority number 1. And I have other priorities as well. So but that is overall, even combine the other issues that I would like to address in the Congress if I'm elected. That's the number 1 priority. Number 2, it's health. I am 46 years old and I will be retired, and I don't know what I'm going to do with my health when I'm retired, because it's not guaranteed. It's we have this problem. I don't have a strong income to dedicate to put in 401 or in medical insurance and additional additional income, retirement income. What will hundreds of millions of this country do when they are retired? That's a big problem. The government spend our money into things that they shouldn't. Instead of investing on us with our money, they invested in some other things, and now we need to figure it out what we are going to do. Do I want to work when I'm 85 years old in a Macy's place selling goods? No, I don't want to do that. I want to have children. I want to have a grandchildren, and I want to have a vacation place to invite them when I have them, and enjoy my life. But now the way it's going right now, it's not going to happen. So we need to get our money back. I'm not forgiving that all the money that I paid that is spent wrongly in other countries, in other issues. No, that money should come back to me and should be invested in my future. So one of them, it's my health, and I need to have my health covered. If I have a problem, I can go to a doctor and see without need to pay dozens of thousands of dollars if I have anything, God forbid. That's number two. Number three, I am number three, I can add a lot of things to number three. To just say number three, one of the issues is, as and it's a hot topic right now, it's the immigration. The way the current administration handled this immigration problem was only saying what we wanted to hear. Okay, we have a lot of unvetted immigrants here that should be vetted and shouldn't be here, and how they are handling it. We are about to collapse as a country and have engaged in a civil war. Literally, we have agents shooting the US people, killing on the streets to resolve this problem. And when it was addressed, was not like it what was not like this. It was a smooth. We're going to remove all the illegal immigrants from the neighborhoods, but that's not happening. We have clashes, we have engagements, physical engagements, people dying, agents are dying, agents are being threatened, the US citizens are being threatened. No, this is not the proper way to be handled. And by the way, the numbers they are showing, they're not even near to the 10% of the numbers that would require them to resolve this problem by the end of the administration. So that's the answering your question. If that is the third issue that I will address, that would be the third issue.
Yeah, appreciate that.
What would be your suggestion? I know you only have so much power. If you were to get in there, what would be your suggestion to, let's say, we'll start with immigration. Like, how would you fix the problem? Because this is an issue that's been going on since I was a child. I think it was 88 when Reagan legalized. It was supposed to be 2 million people. And then the Democrats in Congress says, we're going to fix the immigration. They use it as a way to fundraise on. How would you actually come in and say, this is how the immigration policy should be done now?
All right. So this information, I have been thinking about this for a long time, and I don't mind if the Republicans or the Democrats will take this idea, because my goal is to contribute to the cause, to resolving a problem that we all have. I have thought, so the basis of my thought is this, and after that I'm going to develop what I think. Because of our administration weaknesses in the past, or another agenda that the past administrations had, like the Biden administration or the Obama administration had in the past, we have led millions of people coming to this country without getting vetted. I don't want to go into conspiracy theories, but they closed their eyes to this big problem. They didn't say anything, and we got let millions of people in, taking advantage of our weaknesses or the way we handle our border. Are those people wrong when they were coming in? Look at this, the picture by this way. You are in a country that doesn't give you the opportunity to grow professionally or personally, and you see that United States doesn't say anything about you going there, and you want to improve your lifestyle. You are a person that you wants to work and have build a family, even though you need to pay maybe even more taxes, being more controlled because you have another kind of a system in a country that you would go. What would you do? You would just go.
Right.
You wouldn't, because you as a person would like to improve your quality of life for yourself, and I cannot judge you. I would do for me the same thing. So those people came in because of the weakness of our system, and they are now here. And now another administration comes and says, hey, you we will get you out. We are sorry, we made a mistake, but you will go out. It doesn't work that way. The people are already here. You let them here, and you unfortunately you need to pay the consequences. But at the same time, what happens, me as a US citizen, how does what will I get benefit from this by allowing this happening? I've been paying taxes for all my entire life. I've been paying taxes. I follow the rules. Because of my taxes, our government built the infrastructure, the schools, the roads, the uh, any other social benefits that because of my taxes was built. Why? So if a person that did not contribute to this come into this country is stealing my taxes, my hard work, and my years of dedication. So I need to be compensated if someone else wants to come and take advantage of the system. So with this two mentality, one of them, I would say the democratic mentality, which let them in, and one of them is kick them out. That's not going to work. That's why I'm libertarian. How can we combine these two things? How could I resolve? And this is an open message to any person. March 20, 2026. I would say this: these people that came in illegally, we will allow you to be legally here if you commit yourself to pay our government, let's say an amount, could be $100,000 during the term of 10 years. You're going to make your payments. During this 10 years, we're going to allow you to give this money. During 10 years, you're going to pay back. And this money, this fund, 20 million people, it makes hundreds of billions of dollars. This money that we'll get from you will be deducted in tax pays of the American citizens. So me as a US person will see, okay, they are now paying me back. They are getting advantage of this system, but they are paying this money back to me. And at the same time, they are working. They should be vetted. We will make them. This doesn't apply to a crime, people that involved in any kind of crimes. They should go to the process of a background investigation. They will go through this, and if they pass this background check positively, they will be in a system where they can be free, they can work legally, they can pay back the money on top of the taxes that they need to pay as me as a citizen. So if they have job, they go like a loan. US citizenship or you being in the US is not for free. It's an investment they need to pay. So this is how would I do. I would introduce in the Congress this bill, and I think this would say any person could approve that. Okay, I mean, if they're going to pay back to me, and I'm going to see on my pocket I will be paying less money, and this illegal immigrant that came will benefit me directly by putting money on my pocket. Why not?
Right.
This is what I would address this issue.
So obviously you are against wars, which is great. I think we get involved with too many things that we shouldn't get involved in. We're supposed to be defensive military. So if somebody's going to attack us, we attack, defend ourselves. But we're not supposed to go regime changing. And quite frankly, I believe just by doing some deeper investigation that the whole Venezuela and then Iran thing is for oil, not for any other real purpose. What's your thought process on how you would handle war? Do you think war should be approved by Congress, any kind of war actions, such as what's going on now? Because they're just basically dancing around the word war. And I just saw a thing yesterday that was really interesting about what wars were actually wars and what wars were actually just called something else.
Right. This is an interesting issue, and first of all, I am against our engagement in foreign affairs like this. It's not our problem. I don't care about Iran. I don't care. I'm sorry. I mean, as a human being, I care about people that is dying there in Gaza, in Israel. I don't support the Hamas entering and killing people. Absolutely not. They're horrified. I was horrified when I saw that. And at the same time, I'm also horrified when I see Israel bombing Gaza civilians, and Iran, they bombed a school. But that thing, as my government and as my future and people of the US, it is not my problem directly. As an individual, I would like to support. If I want to support and send money for humanitarian assistance to people in Gaza, I can do it by myself. But this is an individual choice. It's not someone else telling me what to do. As a libertarian, this is how I think. So I don't believe in our engagement in a war that is not directly is a threat to us. Obviously, if I see a country attacking us, that means, okay, my country has been attacked. Now it's our duty to protect our country. That is completely a defensive war, and I understand that, and I support that as an American. But this approach, what they're doing, I don't accept it. And the second thing, to declare a war with the Constitution, we need the Congress approval. But what I said in the beginning, if our Congress is not working for us and is working for another government because they got paid, they got a lot of money by AIPAC. Once the question is asked to them, what do you think they're going to say? They're going to serve their lords, and they're going to say, of course we approve. Even they are Democrats, it doesn't matter. A Democrat now can go to CNN and say, we are against Trump, we are against this war, and blah 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 blah. But once the moment they need to vote, they're going to vote yes, let's kill Iranians, let's make the regime change. What is the solution to this? In my opinion, we, in my opinion, need an amendment to the Constitution that is any declaration of war should be consulted to the US people. We need a referendum in this country and ask to the US people directly if they want to engage into this war, if they want to send their children to this war or not. So that I think it will sound radical, but I firmly believe that we need an amendment to our constitution, and any declaration of war should be consulted to our citizens directly.
That one would be a really hard constitutional, because I get what you're saying there, but that would definitely be a uphill battle to push through to make a constitution amendment.
I know.
When it comes to, let's see, trying to think, foreign policy is definitely was my big issue that brought me to the Libertarian Party. Would you end all foreign aid? Because I know you were talking about don't serve the masters, and we're getting money from people. What's your thought on foreign aid? I shouldn't say just end all foreign aid. What's your thought on foreign aid? Because a lot of our regime change causes the issue of the mass people coming to the United States, because we overthrow their elected leader, and then we make we install one of our favorite leaders, and now they're coming up here because they don't like who we put in. We cause the problem a lot of times. Immigration is very hard. It's a big, massive thing, because more people come over here legally than illegally, with by work visa, student visa, and then they just overstay. And, so in turn, it's a massive thing to deal with. But when it goes back to foreign policy, I'm just curious about the foreign aid. Where do you see about that?
Yes. This is what I think about foreign aid. My mother is a Spaniard. She is a citizen of Spain. Mm-hmm. And she lived within after the Spanish Civil War, when Spain was really hurt bad, and it was a big poverty. And my mother said this to me. When she was a kid, she remembers having US brand milk and US brand some kind of food that could in a can that can be in the can for months. Mm-hmm. And it said this is some kind of US assistance or some kind of a thing. And she said that is the moment the United States, I thought about the United States being a really good friend and protector of me as an individual. And she has a great admiration to the US, because she, as a little kid, received, and she remembers, a help that directly went to her stomach when she was really dealing with hunger. And this is in a literal sense. They were dealing with a literal sense of hunger because they were not enough food. So, as a foreign aid, in my opinion, we can gain the hearts of people that we already destroyed by this past administrations. We can regain the heart of millions of peoples now and the further generations by having this kind of foreign aid that will, people individually will really benefit from it, instead of sending hundreds of billions of dollars to a political government when we know they're going to be corrupt. What happened in Ukraine, they stole hundreds of millions of dollars, and in other countries, that foreign aid, sending money, doesn't serve anything. So we can collaborate not only in a government level. I would involve this here, all the organizations. We have churches, we have mosques, we have synagogues, like religious communities, and it's not only that. We have a lot of fraternities that are open and are willing to support this kind of help. We can use these organizations by their own initiatives to help other countries, to help human beings around the globe that are suffering hunger. Maybe they need some medical assistance. Instead of we as a country we are sending $400 million to Argentina. Why? Why? Because Milei is a strong supporter of Trump, because he says we sent hundreds of millions of dollars to Israel, billions of dollars to Israel. Why? Because the Israeli lobby is strong here? No, that is not the foreign aid. When I think of foreign aid, that's not the foreign aid I'm thinking of.
Right. What is your thought? Because you were talking about, you're 46, I'm 50. The future's,
42.
it's just blink an eye and you're going to be retirement age. The U.S. dollar is dying. It's been dying since 1913, courtesy of the Federal Reserve. That's not a sexy topic to get people to rally behind you to say audit the Fed or end the Fed. They don't get it. And I get it. It's a big subject. The rise of cryptocurrency has come along. What is your thought about cryptocurrency? And also, what is your thought about, since you would be in federal position, Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare? How would you, because I think it's a Ponzi scheme. More money goes in, more money goes out than comes into it. So that's a Ponzi scheme. How will you fix Social Security? And what's your thought on cryptocurrency? If it can be Bitcoin, it can be all the altcoins, whatever you would like to talk about.
Right. About the question has two parts. Cryptocurrency. I would free the market. Let people invest in what they want to invest. It's not my duty to limit their power. If they want to, cryptocurrency, I personally think it is a risky investment. It's like gambling, because it can go up and it can go down. So if I want to invest in cryptocurrency, let me invest in cryptocurrency. It is not the way. So this year I can earn, by putting $100,000 in cryptocurrency, I can earn, let's say, because of the market, in one day, $50,000. And tomorrow is the IRS. I need to declare my taxes. Okay, I declare 50,000, and the government takes all my 25% of that. But tomorrow, that goes down into $10,000. Now I lost $90,000. Will the government pay that money back to me? No.
Yeah.
So I lost my money, and I paid for something that is not even real in my pocket. So leave this out. This is not, you are already making me pay taxes when I purchase something. If I earn money on Bitcoin, let's say I earned $400,000 and I'm going to buy a property with that. Think to that money that I earned, that a person that put their money in Russia, in China, in Singapore, in Turkey, in Saudi Arabia, in Israel, whatever. That money, thanks to them, I earned that money. And I'm going to purchase a home with that money. When I'm purchasing that home, I will already be paying taxes on that money. So it will benefit the system in a correct way without making me going into bankruptcy. So I would completely liberate the market for cryptocurrency. So any person that is investing in cryptocurrency, please support me. This is my approach. I don't have cryptocurrency in my wallet. I don't have anything.
Right. Okay. So what about Social
Oh.
Security? That was the follow-up, because I do think that's a big issue. When you look, we just crossed the $39 trillion deficit, national debt, and they don't include the unfunded mandates, which is Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare. So there you go. What do you think we should do about that?
So for Social Security, we as a workers who paid their Social Security during all these years, we already paid that, and we already made our investment. Obviously, if you say now Social Security doesn't exist anymore, okay, give my money back to me. So that doesn't that will not resolve the problem. But but we would be able to give the option from now on to the people that wants to contribute to Social Security or not contribute to Social Security. If they don't want to contribute to Social Security, then don't contribute to Social Security. Contribute to something else. I think it is connected to the system. Our system is limited. If we open our limits, for example, to the people that want to invest in additional infrastructure for building hospitals, clinics, and other kind of other areas where they will be making money, if we would allow them to do it without all this bureaucracy and difficulties, we would be easily have a good insurance policies, private insurance policies that we would benefit from. Go to a doctor, visit a doctor with just paying a minimum money, and make it work. And if I want to have a retirement plan, as we have right now, like 401, I can go to a private company and invest the money that I want to invest to the company that gives me the best option for myself after reading that. So Social Security, in my opinion, should be an option for individuals instead of being mandated. That's what I think.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it should be like my niece she's about to turn 21, and I think she should, if she wants the option to join a privatized retirement thing, she should do it that way. And I would prefer her to do that instead of what we got with Social Security, because I don't think it's what they're going to do is they're going to raise taxes, and they're going to raise the age limit. They want you to work till you die. And I get it. A lot of times people retire, the average lifespan's 4 or 5 years, and then you're dead. And that's not what we want, but that's reality. So let me ask you, how are you doing with your signature collection?
Well, I need to collect the signatures as well. I did not go directly because it was cold and people are not outside. I'm trying to find events where I can reach people personally when they're outside. And so now the spring is coming.
Right.
Fingers crossed, the weather will be better. So we will be visiting sites. For example, April 11, we have the election day for the referendum that they're also talking about this district change. So we will be going there and trying to find people that without trying to change their mind to vote for me, just to say, hey, this I just want to be on the ballot. If you want to support the democracy and you have other options, please come and give your signature to me.
Okay.
And any other person that wants to contribute to this, I am willing to send them an email with the form. They can sign and send it back to me. So yeah, it will start soon. We're pretty confident that we're going to get the enough signatures me to be on the ballot.
Okay. So
You
I
have
didn't know
long,
if you had the number. Okay, go ahead, Dean.
yeah. Plus, he has longer too because of this whole mess. They now give you a
Right.
little bit longer to collect the signature, so it shouldn't be as difficult as it normally would be if you were looking at a June deadline. Because just from experience, a lot of people were like, "Well, it's a good idea to go to the polling station. They can, if as long as you follow their policies, you can get the signatures. It's a good idea, and you probably get a lot of signatures that day. And if you have people to help you out that day, get to different places to help you, that's important too.
Right.
Back where you were saying, Brian.
So in your district, the last time a libertarian ran was in 2018. It was Joe Walton. He got 4,216 votes. This is coming from Wikipedia. Since then, it's just been a Democrat Republican battle and at the polls. Democrats have been winning the past 3 elections, I believe it says. Well, since 2020. Well, no, it'd be 2018. So, what is do you have like a plan to try to do better? What do you have like a plan to get the message out? Besides, obviously, you're going to be going out there and talking to the public, things of that nature. Do you have like media campaign planned? Anything special? Not without telling any secrets, I guess.
Yeah, not my strategies.
Right.
But yeah, so we have a big public discontent
Mm-hmm.
about what's going on, and we are going to focus on those issues. These two parties are just telling you what you want to hear. If you are a Democrat, they're going to tell you what you want to hear. If you're a Republican, they want to tell you what you want to hear only. And then they're going to do what they want to do. So, Democrats, di- does did these Democrats do anything good for you in the past? Let's go through those issues, and I will address those issues. No, they didn't. Republican, well, it's hard to remember Republican winning in district, and now it's going to be really difficult with the new proposal because they are trying to unite this Alexandria area to the District 7. They want to make it completely blue with the numbers. And to Republicans, will just say, guys, your vote is a waste. You are voting to a candidate that would not win in your districts. So we as a libertarians think about you much more than Republicans, and we are not lying. We are not working for our other lords. Our only goal is you to have your privacy, you have your more money, less taxes for you, and a real investment from the government to you. So let's don't waste your vote and vote libertarian. And to the Democrats is saying, unfortunately, you have been lied all the time. They use you as a minority, and they will continue use making you feel that you're minority and you are going to be represented by these people. No, you are not going to be represented by these people. If you're Hispanic, you will not have more voice. If you are a black person, your community will not get any benefit from these people. But we actually want to hear you personally. We want to hear your community and work with us so we can really provide solution to your problems locally, because we are libertarians. We believe in local solutions instead of someone else trying to put their agenda on the top to your local problems. So we want to work with you guys locally. So this will be our message here. This is our message here, and I hope it works. We just need to be able to spread our word outside, and it requires money, because every single ad costs money. Every single flyer that I will be printing and sending by email requires money. So whatever I can, with all the help that I will get from other people, will try to spread our message as much as possible.
Do you have a question, Dean?
No, I was actually really compelled now. I have more of a suggestion. Make sure when you are getting those signs and those flyers that they have the wording authorized and paid for by, because if you don't, you're looking at $1,000 fine each time. And Democrats and Republicans love to find anything they can do to nitpick you if you make a mistake, and they will do anything they can do, even up to the law enforcement end of things, to make sure you just try to disappear. So that's just a suggestion from previous stuff that I've had to deal with. But so
good point.
Do you have a campaign manager? Do you have a team that you're working with to get out there? Do you have someone that it's really important to have a treasurer. Do you have all that stuff in place, or?
I have a treasurer. I don't have a campaign manager. I have a good mentor, but I definitely need a team. So any volunteers that would like to participate in this, what they can, helping me on social media, knocking doors, making phone calls, and any person who believes in libertarian ideals and who wants to really invest in our party, because I do believe the future of the United States is the Libertarian Party. I don't have any single doubt of it. The time is coming, and it's going to be very soon, because people want to start to see how the corrupt is the system. So Libertarian Party is a solution. So this is an opportunity to any person who sees this and wants to make an investment for themselves, because they're going to have a big portion of this in the future, an investment for their own country, because our country needs our message. Our country needs our leadership. So I'm desperately seeking for help, searching for help, and wanted to accept all additional support.
Yes, definitely. You definitely need the good team, and I hope you're able to find it, because I do think you can make an inroads in there. Because I noticed that the last couple elections, there was only about 12,000 votes that separated the Republican and Democrat, and I don't want you to just be the guy that swings the vote to this side or that side. I want to see you actually make a difference. So what do you considering libertarians, any third party, independent, you're going up a mountain. It's a hard climb. What would you consider a success? Obviously, if you can win, that would be the success. What other things have you thought about, like during this campaign, to be that you're going to say that's a success? Even if I don't win, this is what I'm going to. You're Johnny Appleseed here. You're throwing seeds. You're planting for the future.
Right. What is a success? For me, this is a success. When I talk to a person, and it happened many times, and it's constantly happening, any person with a different background, let's say they are Democrats, and let's say they're Republicans. Give me the opportunity to talk to you. Just give me the opportunity to talk to you. I'm going to talk about this issue. Okay, let's talk. After talking, they say, actually, you are making sense. I hope you win, man. I heard this so many times that every single person that listens, they convert, they say, okay, you are right. I will, you have my support. So the success is one person, logical thinking, not indoctrinated, not blinded with their, because politics, unfortunately, also for some people, is a religion. No matter what you're going to tell them, they're not going to change their mind because they will not reason. But I have the reason. Any person that changes his or her mind is a success. Now the question is, how many people I can reach out? That is the question. So me not winning the election in 2026 this November, it's, for me, it's not a it's not, I won't be frustrated, because I know that this is a long-term investment. This is not a short-term investment. We just need to reach out people. We just need to make them hear us. And mainstream media is not collaborating us. But we just need the support. We just need to convince people that this is the investment of their lives. Investors, I'm talking to you directly. The Libertarian Party is the future of the United States. If you want an investment, come and join us. And you're going to win. You're going to win big. You're going to win first. Maybe you're going to be very successful in your business. Two, and the real win is you're going to contribute to your country and to your future. And people will, when they will pray for our country, they will pray for you, for your soul as well. So yeah, that's a success for me.
Okay. Do you have any questions, Dean? You look like you might.
No, I like what you said there. You know, success. I looked at what I thought was success too, was the amount of people I could convert or get the message out to spread the party's message is always a success, because the more members we can get, the more people we can get to convert more people, and then eventually build our party back up and win in elections, local and then bigger than that. So I think your message there is 100% great, just for someone that has ran before. And I didn't see, you know, I know I had a better shot if we didn't have, we used to have just a Republican running the district. They decided to run a Democrat that year. So I knew I was going to get a whole lot of it, like a whole lot of percentage. But I was like, you know, I got almost 700 people to vote for me in a delegate race, which is not really, with no when you don't have a governor's race, that's usually a low type of election. But that many people I was able to convert or get to vote for me in the district. That meant something, because it was higher than it was any other time. And I got the VCDL to back me over a Republican, which has never been done in the Libertarian Party. So there were successes I had, and I like the way you think about how your successes are. And I believe, even if you don't win this one, there's always other opportunities to go back out. And once you get more name recognition, it helps you for the future too. So
yes, and guys, look at this. I also think this way. We had a conversation, and I'm going to put my ideas. If they are good, people, if someone else will take these ideas, and if they implement these ideas, libertarian ideas, then it means that it worked. That's another success. It is not about me winning an election. I can work a couple of years in the Senate and I'm going to be out. Maybe, and maybe I will continue, but that doesn't matter. What are we investing in our future, in our country? If we can make change, if our ideas can be implemented, then that is a big success too. So it's a win-win. It's a complete win-win.
It's a win-win when they implement our ideas properly, which you will see coming up are wonderful. I see our governor and House of Delegates, a legalization of marijuana for retail sales. What they will do is they're going to tax it into the black and strengthen the black market, because if you look in New Jersey, New York, California, selling marijuana should be very simple, but they are able to figure out a way to lose money doing it because of the taxes and regulations. And in turn, when the Democrats and Republicans take our ideas, I'm happy for that. The problem is they take it and then they twist it up and turn it into a bad idea. And then I'm sitting here going, no, we shouldn't do that. I mean, that's the bad thing, about it. So we got a few more minutes. I have one question for you. Is there anything that we did not ask you that we should have asked you that you should to let the people know about Taner Lopez?
Okay, thank you for that. You have asked questions to me, and I will repeat in this very last moment. I'm going back to my main idea, my main core belief that made me to run in this race. I believe, unfortunately, and as you can see here, this is what I feel. I believe our country is being manipulated and controlled by a foreign government, by a foreign power, very strong, and they control our media, they control a lot of things that I will not go through this for now, but I want our independence back. We need to gain back our independence as an Americans, and we need to start from scratch. This doesn't need to be anything violent. This is completely peaceful, saying we only want Americans working for Americans only, not America first, because America first can mean Israel second, Ukraine third, Saudi Arabia first, Qatar fifth. No, there is no second, third, fourth, fifth. America first. That means re-independence. So that is my strong message. First, let's kick out all the foreign influence and private corporate interest in our Congress that make them decide for themselves and not for us. We need people, we need independence again to only work for Americans. So that is I just wanted to emphasize this message in this last minute.
All right. That's excellent, my friend. I thought your speech at the LP state convention here in Virginia was very good. You excited me with your foreign policy. That's what I want to hear, is people that are, I don't want to be going around the world fist fighting the countries and telling them that we're number one. I want to prove it by strengthening our communities, our dollar, and all of that good stuff here. So thank you so much for coming on and speaking with me and Dean. And I wish you the best success here, getting the signatures. And then, once the time comes, all ahead, full speed. So thank you so much for coming on, ladies and gentlemen. That was Taner Lopez, the 7th Congressional District nominee for Congress. I thank you for being on here. He's the future. All right. Thank you, Dean.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Dean. Thank you for having me.
We will see you later. Goodbye.
God willing.